So what happens when you follow NPCs for 24 hours in Cyberpunk 2077? And this was one of the biggest questions that community wanted to know and see how the NPCs behavior in Cyberpunk is going to be compared to some of the biggest titles like Elder Scrolls Skyrim as well as The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And CD Projekt Red has now finally given us some answers on how the NPCs in Cyberpunk 2077's behaviors are going to be completely different from any of the other games that we have played so far. Because after I heard this information, I was absolutely mind blown. I just cannot imagine on how much work these developers should have put into this game in order to make these NPCs' lives seem extremely realistic. Now, the source of this information is coming from Screen Rant, so big shout out to these guys. Now, they now said that Cyberpunk 2077 will have over 1,000 NPCs with completely different behaviors. Now, this could even mean 1,500 or 2,000 or 3,000 or whatever numbers that is. It's more than 1,000 NPCs. And developers at CD Projekt Red have now said that Cyberpunk 2077 will feature 1,000 unique NPCs that have their own unique daily life routines. Alright, now some of you guys might be asking, Blackwoods, how does these different NPCs behavior kind of change the entire scenario of the game, and how is that going to make these open worlds any better? Now, if you guys have played games like Elder Scrolls Skyrim, then you must already know this, that Skyrim had one of the best NPCs behavior in the entire gaming industry. Like, that game set some very huge standards in terms of how NPCs are designed and what kind of routines they had every 24 hours, 48 hours, and heck yeah, it was even one entire week. Like, these NPCs would do completely different things. They would go to a market, they would buy food, they would even cook food, or they would just sleep on their beds, or they could even decide to go get drunk or even kill themselves or do whatever they want, man. So let's say you decide to follow an NPC in Cyberpunk 2077 for an entire 24-hour cycle inside the game, then that one NPC that you're following will have so many different routines in his life, very relatable to how we humans are in the real life, of course. Now, the developers also compared the NPC's routine with their previous game, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, where the devs now said that the daily routines made on Witcher 3 was already really good. Where the devs now said that in Witcher 3, where some villages in-game would not have daily routines at all, a handmade routine could mean anything from washing clothes or even visiting different locations at certain times, cooking food, or the NPC might even be rocking in a chair for the entire day. It's completely up to them and it's entirely dynamic, which means that Cyberpunk 2077 is not just offering you the main storyline and the side quest and all the exploration parts, but following each and every NPCs in the game for hours and hours together is also going to keep you guys entertained throughout your entire gameplay session, which, to be honest, is completely mind-blowing. And I have never seen any AAA open world games do something this massive other than Elder Scrolls Skyrim, of course, because Skyrim's NPCs were insane, man. Like, these NPCs had completely different routines every single week, meaning the first week they would do something completely different. So it is always fun being this creep and following the NPCs inside a game and trying to see what they're up to every single day. So I think that is going to be something we are going to be enjoying a lot in Cyberpunk 2077. Now, also, lads, here's a bonus news for you guys, so listen up very carefully. CD Projekt Red has also given us the preload date of Cyberpunk 2077, meaning when you will be able to download the game if you have already preloaded the games on your PlayStation, Xbox, as well as on the PC versions. Now, the PS4 and Xbox One X versions will start the preloads on December 8th, just 2 days before the official launch of the game, and the same goes for the PC version as well. Now, the base game is going to be 71.7 gigabytes in total size, and then you'll also be getting a day one patch, which is known to be the update 1.01, and unfortunately we don't really know how big of an update that is going to be, but it is very clear that CD Projekt Red is, of course, going to be releasing a day one patch, and they haven't really given us the size of the patch, so make sure you guys have your internet bandwidth saved up if you're not on an unlimited plan, of course, because the download size of the base game is going to be 72 gigabytes, and on top of that you'll also be getting an unknown file size for the day one patch, the 1.01, and my best guess for the file size of the day one patch could at least be 10 gigabytes in size, because it seems like CD Projekt Red has been working on a massive change in terms of how performance and all that stuff works in the game. So of course I'm expecting for that day one patch to at least be 10 gigabytes in size. If it's less, that's good. If it's more, then that is how it is. I guess we can't really do anything about it. So if you guys have already pre-ordered the game on a platform of your choice, make sure that you have enough space on your console or on your PC or hard drive or whatever, and also make sure that you have your bandwidth saved up. And for those guys who are going to be using the next gen consoles, the game is going to be available using the backwards compatibility feature. So I'm guessing that the game is pretty much going to be the same file size on the PS5 as well as the Xbox Series X. And I've also heard from a few sources that the day one patch for the next gen consoles is going to be massive, like really massive when they release it. Of course, we don't really know on when the next gen official upgrade is going to be launching. CD Projekt Red has already said that it's going to be coming out somewhere in the year 2021. So I'm just going to cross my fingers and hope that CD Projekt Red releases it in the month of January, so we don't really have to wait a lot of time in order to experience this game on the next gen platforms. Now, of course, if you're a PC gamer, you don't really have to worry about any of those next gen upgrades, because you're of course going to be getting a next gen goddamn game. And if you have a powerful enough PC, then you're going to be experiencing this game on a really sweet settings. Now, what I want you guys to do is go down in the comments and let me know on which platform are you guys going to be playing Cyberpunk 2077 on. Is it the current gen consoles, PS4 or Xbox One X, or are you guys going to be playing this on the next gen consoles with the backwards compatibility on? If not, are you guys going to be playing on the PC Master Race? Let me know your platform of choice down below in the comments, just to get a rough number to see when online releases for Cyberpunk 2077. I just want to know which platform is going to be having the highest amount of players by simply just looking at your comments down below. Now, so far, if you guys did find this video useful, or if you did enjoy, please make sure to go ahead and leave a like, because your support is absolutely appreciated. It does help the videos out, and I hope that anybody that leaves a like in this video will get a 24 hours of complete good luck. And trust me lads, it does really happen. With that being said, if you guys are looking for a YouTube channel that covers Cyberpunk 2077, tips and tricks, guides, information, gameplays, let's plays, and everything you basically need about Cyberpunk 2077 will firstly be available on my channel. So make sure you guys go ahead, subscribe, and also turn the little bell notification on so that YouTube can notify you every time I upload my videos. And you can as easily unsubscribe if you don't really like my content anytime you want. But let me tell you, there's so many guides that's coming out for this game on my channel as soon as I am allowed to post them, and I'm pretty sure that you guys are going to need them. With that being said, I hope you guys have a blast of a day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take it easy fams, and goodbye.